Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, or whatever time you're watching this video. And the point is, I hope you are watching this video, and if you are, thank you very much. Well, it's almost fall is upon us, and I just booked at the end of this month, end of September here, a trip up into the Smokies. So I thought I would go over the gear I'm going to use this fall. Alright, so let's start off with the backpack that I'll be using. I'm still sporting the Zpacks Arc Haul. There's no reason why I should change. I've had this backpack now for over a year and a half, and I've put it through the mill, and I actually have no wear and tear really whatsoever on this backpack. I do keep inside a Nylon Flume clear bag, which I love very much. For one reason, it seems to be holding up real well over the last few trips, and when I pull that bag out, I can actually see what's inside of it without pulling everything out of a bag like you would have on a trash compactor bag. I also have, in combination with this, I carry the little multi-pouch with it, the Zpacks multi-pouch. I love this a lot. Now, as far as my shelter goes, there's no real secret here since I've broadcast this all over YouTube for the last couple years. I still sport the 3F UL Gear Lanshan 210. I still like it, and you know what? After a while, I'm going to actually do another, God forbid, another how this tent has held up after 2 years of intensive use, and I'll let you know how that works out. But recently, I've also gotten into using a tarp. This is a tarp, and I'll put a thing up there again for showing. This is from Bora Gear, and I really like it a lot. It is super, super light. I use this for 4 or 5, I think 4 nights on the Florida Trail in the Ocala section, where I use this every night there, and I really enjoyed it. I just got to get used to using a tarp, but I do love all the millions of freaking combinations and ways you can set up a tarp and use it in different situations. The only thing I may purchase, and from Bora Gear also, is they have a really nice bug bivvy that it goes especially with this tarp, and for everything I read about it and seen about it, it would be a really nice addition to this tarp, especially during periods where there's still bugs and mosquitoes out. I think that with those combinations of the bivvy and with the tarp, it's still lighter. I'm pretty sure it's still lighter by substantially amount from the Lanshan 2. All right, so let's talk sleep system. Enlightened Equipment Revelation quilt. You can see the stats on that. It's a, I don't know if you can or not, but it's a 20-degree Revelation 950 fill. It's long, it's wide, and it weighs 22.5 ounces. And this has been really good. It's been holding up real well for me. I really love using a quilt. I shove that down into that Nylon Flume clear bag in my backpack, and it compresses down on the bottom of that real well, and that's where I keep it. In combination with that, I'm still using the Thermarest Neo Air. Eventually this is going to change out on me. Only reason is this is the 20-incher. I do sleep on my side. This has worked out well for me. I really haven't had that much problems with it. The R value on it is really good, but I wouldn't mind going to a wider pad with the same or more R value. I'll probably have to deal with more weight, but we'll see. Combination of that, I use a Nemo Philo pillow. I actually own 2 of these. It has a like a velvet cushion on the top. It blows up within 3 or 4 breaths, and it's worked out real well for me. And I enjoy this pillow. I enjoy any kind of pillow. Matter of fact, I might even start bringing 2 pillows when I go out. So, okay, next let's talk about my cooking equipment and all related objects that go with this. This is where things change for me, and this can change on a trip-by-trip basis. But basically, I'll just go over the things that I always use. I still use a food storage in my Zpacks food bag. What I have added to that, and I recommend this highly, is I buy these larger OPSAC, I think it's called, odor-proof bags that I put inside that just to keep any kind of dripping or smell or getting onto the food sack itself. And these I can rinse out real nicely, and they do give a little bit more odor-proof when you're out there. But I do recommend them highly. I also still carry around a cozy that I made, homemade. Little plastic, another one of those sacks in there I actually cook in. And I have a titanium spoon. This is made by Optimus. And now I'll get into what my stove is and my pot. I still use the 750 Toaks titanium pot. In here I keep a sponge, a little scraper sponge, a lighter. I have seasoning in there that's a season all, this little top secret recipe of mine. I have these hot lips for my coffee. And in this rag I have my MSR pocket rocket. So that is what I would use majority of the time as my cooking and stove and pot. I am going to switch out now and then because I really do enjoy using Solo stove. This is a 900 milliliter. It's heavier because it's made out of stainless steel. Some of you may know this as a Bush Buddy. You can see I've used it. It's got a top rubber little thing on the top of it. It has the guard and it has the actual cook pot in it. So the pot and all this is separate. What you do is pretty much this is the stove. You turn that one point upside down and you constantly add fuel, twigs, and dry items to it, and it just burns really nicely. And I just really love using this thing. I mean, everybody should have one of these in their arsenal as far as cooking goes. You don't always want to bring out gas, and just the fact that you're using this and cooking over wood, it's just, to me, it's psychological. I don't know, but I love this. This is more of, if you're going out on a survival thing, going out for a long time, you don't want to bring gas, don't have to worry about your stove breaking or anything, I would definitely look into these Bush Buddies, or in this case, this is a Solo. Like I said, it's 900 milliliters. It's got all the markings for the amounts on the side, and comes with a case. The pot is, when you buy it, the pot is separate from the stove itself. You buy each item separately, and again, I'll put links to that, but I do highly recommend that. The only other thing that I would bring on this, and I'll put a card up here. I use this when I know I'm going to go someplace where I don't have to lug too much around. It's really light. This is my MSR titanium. It's an 8-inch, 2.5-inch deep frying pan. The top folds down, actually comes off, but I like, when I go fishing, to use this for fishing, to make things like hamburgers, pancakes, bacon. When you're going out and you know you can bring this kind of stuff with you, if you're out on a weekend or if you're out just for a couple days, I do enjoy bringing this with me. This in combination with that Solo stove, it's just awesome. Okay, next let's just go over some miscellaneous items. As far as my water filtration system goes, I went from the Sawyer regular one to the Sawyer Micro. I may go back to the other Sawyer. This is fine. I just find it's a little slower than the original one, so we'll see. I'll continue using this until I can't use it anymore. I still sport the knock. This is the older version. It hasn't failed me yet. I know there's a newer version. A miscellaneous item, I'll probably bring this up in the Smokies. This is my Swing umbrella. Swing Light Flex. And I heard that this company is the company that makes all of the umbrellas. This company's put their own name on it, but this one here, it is called Swing. It's, you know, with the silver top on it. And I find that when you're in the Smoky Mountains, there's about a 50-50 chance you're going to run into rain. So I will be bringing this up there with me. Of course, good old ditty bag, D-I-T-T-Y. Ditty bag. In here is all the stuff. I ain't gonna go into this, but you know, first aid, you name it, all my extra little goodies go in there, and I'll keep that ditty bag. I bring my Z seat with me. Everybody has a Z seat. I don't carry a chair. I may start carrying a chair on shorter trips, but for right now I use that. Some may also saw in my videos that I love making fires. So this is my Silky F180 Silky Saw. Miscellaneous also, my Cascade trekking poles, carbon fiber, cork handles. These things have gone through hell. I'm 210 pounds almost. I lean on these things. I'm an old guy, so when I'm going up and down, I actually lean on these, put all my weight on them, and have done that now for over 2 years on this set of trekking poles. They are inexpensive, they're semi-light. I cannot give a higher praise than to these trekking. All right, let's wrap this up here real quick before it gets too long. I'm just going over a few things in clothing, being that we're coming into the winter months and the fall months. I'm not going through all my clothing, that gets real boring. I don't need to tell you about my underwear and socks and all that, but there are a couple things. My camp shoes are Zero shoes. Also, I got this from ALLIEXPRESS. It's my rain kilt or skirt or whatever you want to call it. Sleeping at night, I also got this from ALLIEXPRESS. It's an Aegis Max. What do you call these? A bacala something. I call it a puffy hood. And I love this. I remember using this, and there's in a bunch of my videos, you'll see me waking up in the morning with this thing over my head, and this has saved me. I carry gloves with me. The first pair of gloves, these are ag glove, I don't know, but they were for phone. You know, they have the tips on the end where you can use your cell phone. They really didn't keep my hands that warm, but they were something. I just recently went into Target, and during the summer, of course down here in Florida, you get deals on gloves in the summer. These were a synthetic kind of down looking gloves. It cost me $4. They got a felt bottom. They've got like I said, synthetic. They're seem like they're going to be really warm, but I don't know. We'll test them out. It's a new piece of gear. So anyway, these are new gloves. I use my Patagonia Puffy. This is a Nano Puff or something like that. It doesn't have a hood. I really don't get into hoods. I don't like a hood. If I need a hood, I usually have a different shirt underneath this that has a hood on it, or I use a cap. One of my favorite mid-layer pieces of equipment, I absolutely love this, is a Patagonia Capellini mid-layer. It has the sleeves on it with the thumb attachments. This thing is fantastic. I keep it down in my Nilo Flume bag also to keep this dry, but every night I come in, this is the shirt that I put on, and it keeps me warm all night, and I love it. So last but not least, these are made by a company called Cold Proof. Go online, go to Amazon, and pull up Cold Proof, or I'll put the link down below. They make so many different inexpensive, lightweight, mid-layers, hoodies, for women, for men, for everybody, and they're inexpensive, and I love these things. These things are fantastic. That's pretty much it for my gear. Like I said, nothing really major has changed with it. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Keep in mind that I will be doing this trip at the last week of September, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And until next time, I hope to see you on the trail, and thanks for following Walker's World. It is Walker's World, isn't it? Yeah, following Walker's World. Bye, guys.